Hello, ladies and gentlemen, bacterial, gentlemen, like. Welcome to a bit of an explanation video. And, well, just a quick announcement, a video too. Guess what? I've opened a Patreon, and now I guess you can help support me if you want, I guess. I'm not sure. If you want, that's cool. If you don't, then you don't have to. This is just mainly a bit of an explanation video for my Patreons, so there's that. So, if you do want to support my Patreon, there will be a link in the description, or just check out my channel and you'll see, the Patreon logo, and you can click there if you want to. It's no rush and you don't have to do it, honestly. You really don't. So, don't do it if you can't do it. And considering of what I'm offering, yeah, I wouldn't do it either, honestly. But, it's up to you as to what you want to do, so keep that in mind. Okay. The rest of the video is just basically me explaining each of my tier lists as to what exactly each one does, or what I'm going to do for them. Now this thing I'm going to explain is just a general thing I'm going to be doing for each of for my tier lists in general for the 3 I have right now. So keep that in mind as to what I'm going to say next, okay? Okay. I'm going to be making a thank you video at the end of the month as soon as I gain a Patreon, any type of Patreon, and gain one for my whole Patreon thing, and I'll be making a thank you video at the end of the month. Each month, this is a monthly thing, so each month I'll be posting a thank you Patreons video, so keep that in mind as you watch on my YouTube channel. So watch out for those thank you videos. And basically for each tier I'll be doing something different for each thank you, although some of them aren't unique, but at least there's something. And mainly this is just there to thank all my Patreons because, well, of course you guys support me, and I have to support, and I have to show my thank you for it. So, if you want to be thanked and supported, well, then you have to check out each of my Patreons, like my actual tier lists. Although some of them are limited because I want to keep them, easy to remember and also easy to do. Hopefully I can look at the tier list, I'm pretty sure. So, there you go. Okay, let's start off with the first tier list, the $1 or more per month. Well, this is the energy tier list, which is just a basic one that I'm going to have. Basically, all I want, it's a basic one that everyone or anyone can join, and I'm allowing, just a basic thing to it. At the end of the month, when I do my thank you video, unfortunately, I'm just going to refer to all my tier list subscribers who were a part of this particular tier list, the energy one, as just my energy list, and just thank them, as an overall group. I'm sorry, but I really can't really think of a particularly large reason to thank everyone who donates $1 a month. It's unfortunate, but it's something I have to keep track of, and I have to be careful of. So anyone who submits or becomes a part of the energy tier list, well, I'm sorry, but you're just going to be in the generalization of a thank you. So I'm thank you at the beginning of the video of my thank you Patreons video. I'm sorry, but that's really all I can offer. However, if you want a direct, more visual thank you, then you can join the CPU tier list, which is the second one. This one's for $5 or more per month, and the thing about this one and the next tier list is that this one's limited. I'm limiting these ones because I don't want to have too many people subscribe to these particular things, just so, everything's held down, because by God, will I not be able to, remember everyone and or put everyone down for this particular tier list if it does get overrun. Hopefully it doesn't, but, there's the off chance it might. So what exactly is this tier list? Or what does this tier list get you? Well, it's kind of simple and normal. What it does is that it basically, at the thank you Patreon video, I'll basically put a list of characters or whoever subscribed, whoever's put on, or whoever joined this tier list into the video somewhere in the middle, just staying there and showing off the people I want to thank. I won't be naming them off, but I will be holding them up on the video and just showing who exactly thanked me, who exactly supported me, I mean. So I'll be thanking them in that way. So if you want a more visual direction of how you want your Patreon support shown, there you go. I'm sorry, but that's really all I can offer. I really can't really do much other than that. So there's that. The reason why I named each of these different stuff is because I was going with the computer method. So energy seemed common, CPU seemed a little bit more important, and they are important because they're basically the computer's brain. So I thought CPUs deserved at least a mention in certain parts of my videos. However, the next Patreon tier list, the final one for now, I've only got 3, so keep that in mind. The final one, which I think is very important, is the Ultrabots. I wanted to call this the bots, but I thought that would have been way too on the nose slash way too questionable. Like, oh no, people will look at this and think, huh, am I using bots? So I called it Ultrabots. What is it exactly? Well, it's kind of simple. It's a $10 or more per month tier list, and it's only limited to 5 people. And what it does is just basically, what do you call it? It's basically just allows me to keep in track of, even less people. And what I do for this list, if you do subscribe to it, the benefit is that I will shout you out in a in the thank you Patreon video. I will shout you out directly. I'll read off your name at the end of the video and say thank you blank blank at the end of that. So at the end of each month, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing a video where I thank my energy Patreon list. I'll show off my my CPUs by listing them in a Patreon list, and then I'll be doing a full thank you shout out to my Ultrabots. Okay, so far I've only had 3 tier lists so far. I'm not sure whether any of them will actually be filled out, but I'll start doing the thank you video as soon as they happen. So if you want to support me, that's fine. If you don't. But you may be wondering, well, what does this do exactly? Well, what exactly does your whole Patreon exactly do for you? What exactly is it for? Well, mainly it's just to make a steady income for myself, but also to, gain new stuff, like a new setup, a new computer, a better systems. So far, I've been doing decently at what I'm doing. I've gotten a new controller setup, I've gotten a better mic, I've gotten, better equipment, stuff like that, sort of. But I do want to have an actual gaming computer that I can use that'll allow me to play a lot of games. And also, I want to get capture cards for special, gaming systems that I can play on. Like PlayStation 3, 4, Xbox 360, also the other consoles. I want to be able to do this, but unfortunately I don't have the resources at the time. So until that happens, I'm gonna have to rely somewhat on Patreon until that happens. If I can get to it, that's great. If I can't, oh boy, am I not gonna be able to get to that. I doubt I'm actually gonna be able to do that, honestly, because, well, this is gonna be a heck of a lot of money to actually get into. And from what I hear, getting an actual physical gaming PC it won't cost them that much, but it will cost a lot. So unfortunately, it's more of a question of whether or not I can do it versus whether or not I could do it. So, keep that in mind as you watch this video or watch any other of my video content. Now, I'm not going to limit some of my videos content to Patreon, or at least certain things yet. I'm thinking in the future, maybe I might do some other, forms of Patreon tier list and what they do specifically or affect my channel, maybe. But that's all really dependent. So, you know what, until that happens, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and if you're a part of my Patreon, I thank you very much for joining. And if you do, also if you decide to join, that's also pretty cool. But I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Until then, sign Armor Bots, take care.